Oh, hey, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Whoa, we gonna speak on it tonight. Me and my big old mouth. If y'all see the old country boy, look, I just sitting up here just jumping up and down, just jumping up and down, just jumping up and down. Look, I'm surrounded by beauty. I sure hate it for the rest of y'all, cause look here, I got beauty all around me. I feel like eyes in a rose garden, cause I got all these beautiful flowers. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Look here, it's me. That's right. I'm the Louisiana country boy, and I have my wonderful, beautiful co-host over there. Hi, La Diva.
Hey y'all, hey, it's me. And
And
it's
and
Monday.
and it's what?
It's Monday.
Girl, I thought it was Thursday. You mean this just the beginning of the week? Oh
It
Lord,
is just the beginning, which
oh
is
Lord.
great because you know what? It's the
Look,
beginning, but if it didn't go good today, you got what? 6 more days to make it better, right? There
well,
we go.
that's true. I was just thinking I ain't have a two more, but okay. I mean, look. You know, if I ain't got a two more, you better get it right now.
What is over there in that cup of that vase? What is over there that you this Thursday? We gonna have to. I'm gonna have to come over there and
Wait,
check on you.
wait. Y'all know, look, I don't do no advertising, but look here. I had to go to my one and favorite place.
See, I thought your place was the other chicken shack.
It is, but they ain't got
Parts is not. Okay,
hey,
that's the right one. You
they
have
ain't
the
got no
right
giz-
one now.
they ain't got no gizzards over there at the other place. They got gizzards over here. I goes over here to get my livers and my gizzards. I sure do.
You cannot take the country out of the country boy, can you?
Nope.
Well, y'all, we have a special guest tonight. And this was the Louisiana country boy who tried to act like he only have 2 cents. Uh, but he worth so much more. But anyway, he has invited a wonderful guest to meet with us tonight. Miss, am I saying it right? Krystal Vernee or
Yes, that's
Vernee?
right.
You
Mhm.
know why I knew that? Because my name is Renei, my middle name, and I have the little slash to make it the A. See,
Yeah.
I know something. I know things. But I am so excited to meet you, and we are excited to have you. You are actually super special because this is our show, Speak on It. And you are our very first guest. We've been talking to each other all these weeks. So thank you for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys.
I'm so glad you're here, so they know we got some other friends.
Funny.
Nah. Y'all thought it was just us. See,
Y'all
I'm
just
so
thought
glad.
it was us talking to each other.
look, I'm gonna move up out of the way because you know I'm a gentleman. So I'm gonna sit over here and I'm gonna sip on this cup. But look here, um, man, I want you to because look, pole dancer, she pole dancer. I don't look. I'm gonna just let it all out there. Look here, y'all. You know I don't shake nothing up on this show. She got a pole thing. And she teach people how to pole, okay? And look, I'm gonna tell y'all something else. So y'all, if y'all ain't never know who this lady here is, at the first game of the season this year with the Washington, let me say it right, because I don't want nobody to get banned. What's their new name? Washington
The
Commandos.
commanders. The
Yeah,
commanders.
them. They used to be the Redskins.
Yes.
They ain't the Redskins no more. I'm not calling them the Redskins. I'm saying
Oh,
they used.
because of that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they not the Redskins anymore. They the
gotcha.
Commandos. But if y'all used to remember Washington Redskins, but now they the Commandos, she and her crew danced at the beginning
The
of the
pole dancing?
No, we ain't do pole dancing.
Oh, I was like, not that would be awesome and different, but I just wasn't sure how the audience would take it.
No. It's a family show. Family show. We ain't do that. But we did dance on the field, though. We did.
That's right.
Awesome.
That's right. So y'all know we got superstar. She's superstar. She like real superstar. I mean, She be look. I don't know why y'all ain't seen her. She be everywhere. She be talking to folks. I be like, good lord. She be. I think I seen she at the White House. I think she be everywhere. Lord, she be speaking because she be telling folks good stuff. I be listening and I be trying to soak it in. She is she's an author. What was that thing you was just on? What was that? Success.
Womanpreneur.
Yes,
Oh.
Success Fest.
Wait a minute. Y'all got to hear this name. This is her name. What are you? You are what?
Oh, serial womanpreneur.
Ooh. She is a. I ain't even finna mess that word up. She is what she said. And if y'all sticks around long enough, she's gonna tell you exactly what that thing is. She just said that what it means. It means she do a whole bunch of stuff and she real good at it.
And she finding financial freedom, did all of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So look here, Diane. So go on. I don't let the cat out the bag about the dancing thing.
Let me just say one more thing. Even though Women's Month starts in 2 days, we are recognizing you for Women's Month today.
Yes.
Just a couple of days. We're gonna say pre-Women's Month. We got you.
Oh,
right.
thank you.
Is that right, Country Boy?
That's right. It's Women's Month, and she yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Gotta love him. Gotta love him.
Absolutely.
but look, you know, and you know how we do it. Look, well, you know how I do it. You know, I can't. I have a shirt that says this. I can't be nobody else but me because everybody else is already taken. I can't. So look, I can only be me. I can only be me. I will say, just like the little Diva said, it is an honor to have you here. I thank you so much for coming back and coming to speak on it and being our very first guest here. What better way to start it off with such a wonderful guest? You know, you have such an array of knowledge and the things that you do for real. Um, you a trailblazer. Look, all I'm gonna say is you women, y'all need to listen up because she the real one. Look at here. She tell you about that entrepreneurship thing. She can tell you about, you know, the dancing thing. She can tell you about, you know, all that other stuff. But I'm gonna get off the dancing. I'm gonna go on. Look, y'all going on now. I'm gonna look. I'm finna drink.
Okay. Well, you want me to introduce myself, or
Oh God,
because they probably like, what is happening right now?
We sitting around talking.
I did introduce you. We can start over though. Let's say, hey, y'all. We are ready to introduce our first special guest on Speak On It. It is Miss Krystal Vernee of Simply She, but it ain't just Simply She. She do some of everything. She is a serial womanpreneur, and I'm so ready to hear about that. I actually just I didn't mean to be rude. I was texting my daughter to get on tonight because she is a up and coming entrepreneur, and I thought it would be great for her to hear you. So let's take it away. Come on, talk to us. Let's come on, speak on it. That's what we're going to do.
That's it.
Yeah. So hi everyone, and thank you so much to the Louisiana Country Boy and to Lil Diva for having me as the first guest on Speak On It. That's truly an honor. So thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. But yeah, y'all, I'm a serial womanpreneur, a speaker, author, business coach, and a brand strategist. I teach coaches and consultants, online service providers, how to monetize their expertise, create multiple streams of income so they can build a profitable and sustainable business. So as Louisiana Country Boy has said, I have a lot of different, or I guess diverse knowledge and a lot of different expertise. So I can break down each one of my businesses. And I know he already let the cat out of the bag with the dancing. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go there first. So I own a pole and sensual dance studio. I'm in Maryland, and it's in Temple Hills. It's called Divas and Dolls Fitness. We are in year 9 right now. And so I'm really excited about that, really blessed. And that's my baby. I guess if I don't have any children, but that's my baby. And that's where I hope to create a safe space for women to basically rediscover themselves, be empowered, and just be the very best version of themselves. I also own Cirque Sensual. That's a sensual aerial dance brand. So if you're familiar with Circus Olay and you know about the lyra, the hoops, and the silks, and we also do some acrobatics as well. It's a sister brand to my studio, and I love that as well. Trying to bring circus arts to the minority community here in Maryland. Um, and then simply slay hard every day. That's what the she stands for. That's my business coaching and my brand strategy firm. So I work with coaches, consultants, and online service providers. This year, I've actually brought back the consulting part of my business. So I've started to consult once again and also started to help business owners with doing business with the federal government. So definitely look out for that if you are interested to get into the GovCon industry. I'm your gal. And then I brand myself personally as a speaker, author, and a coach under Krystal Vernee. So those are my 4 businesses right now.
What's that thing they call that? Multiple streams of income.
That's right.
Multiple streams. You know, I do have a question. You know, I don't like to ask no questions, but I'm gonna touch on this, and I want you to just, if you will, if you feel, I know you do, because I done asked you. Why did you get into the dance thing? What I mean, you know, I want to dance, but I ain't that good. I might.
I do not, please. I do not want to see you pole dance. Now you can do that. You do the other dances she do. Let's go ahead and not because you couldn't do it. It's just because you're crazy. I can imagine what you're gonna do with that.
I'm
You know what I'm saying?
I'm swinging around
And no
that
telling
thing.
what we gonna get.
We don't even know. It could be anything. It literally could be anything.
I mean, you did a regular video, so
Yeah, so I'll definitely share. I got into that because I was looking for another way to work out. So I had gained quite a bit of weight after college, and I was trying to like get my weight under control. And just to level set with everybody, I don't mind sharing this story because I feel like somebody needs to hear it. I've always struggled with my weight growing up, and I would just go back in the gym traditionally and just try, take the weight off. But for some reason this time, it wasn't working. And I couldn't understand why, and I wasn't motivated, and I just kind of like, it wasn't giving me the same spark that it used to like to work out. And I always say that, everything happens for a reason. And God was like, he showed me another way, to be able to not only adopt a healthier lifestyle, but also just to change my life from the inside out. So I was also very unhappy with myself and just not happy with what was going on at work and at home. And discovering the art of pole dance actually helped me to rediscover myself in a sense. So get back with touch with my feminine side, also gain more confidence. And it just allowed me to express myself through dance and through different genres. A lot of people don't know, they just know pole dancing for the strip club, but now the world of pole dance has evolved. And so you can do contemporary pole, you can do like R&B, you can do Russian style. There's so many different styles you can do that kind of speak to everyone and everybody, like body type as well. So that's kind of how I got into it. And like once I realized it was actually really a good workout, and I took out of my mind what I saw on TV and had, experienced it for myself, I was like, oh, this is hard. Like, this is a workout. Like, this isn't what I think it is. And my perception changed and my life changed from there.
Hey, that and what I do, I laugh about it, but you and I have talked about it. It is, and I think a lot of people do think that, oh, that's just so easy. Let me tell you something. You grabbing onto a piece of metal, talking about you finna climb. It ain't that easy because not that I done tried it, y'all. I done tree danced. I can grab a hold to a tree, but the pole thing. Because it works you out. It is a workout. It ain't no joke. It is for real. And I love what you said about the simple fact that it gave you the opportunity to get in touch with yourself, to bring some from the inside out. That's the most important thing. Is this thing, all of this? It
Right.
starts on the inside. That's how you became a womanpreneur, because it was on the inside of you, and you just let that thing.
I'm a piggyback on the entrepreneur or the womanpreneur, the serialpreneur. I always want to ask because I have several friends who are doing the serialpreneur things. How do you do it all? Like, even though some of it's lined up, some of it's not. So how do you do that and separate everything, but keep everything together and keep your sanity?
Yeah, so that's a great question. The number one thing is time blocking. I say that everywhere I go. My time is my most important asset at this point, and so I don't like for it to be wasted. And so I'm very particular about how I spend my time and where I spend my time, and just taking the time to figure out, okay, what days and what time blocks are allocated to what business essentially, but also for myself. You know what I mean? For me to have fun and for me to rest and things of that nature. But I'll also say that, like, having multiple businesses is not something that you want to do starting out. Like, you shouldn't go off and try to start 5 businesses. I will tell you, it's not going to go how you would want to or how you're planning. The best thing to do is to start with one. Start with one and grow that for it to be successful, where it can sustain itself, and then you can go into other areas. Anybody who has multiple passions or multiple businesses, even if they're just a partner in a business, will tell you that they grew their main active income stream first and then they branched out to other areas. And so for anybody who's interested in that, that's really the way that you do it, because it is difficult. The amount of work that's required to build something from the ground up is quite a lot. I don't sugarcoat and I don't lie. I don't fluff things. So it's a lot of work to be able to build a brand from scratch. And having like 3 or 4 of them all at the same time at the infant stage is really difficult. So it's a lot easier. Even, like, think about it as if you were a parent. It's going to be difficult if you have like 3 or 4 infants at one time and you're trying to care for them and raise them, versus you have one infant and they go to be age 2 or 3, then you have another one. You're able to, because the 3-year-olds, they can do some things for themselves, right? So think about your business that way, like it's a baby, and that you're nurturing it and helping it to grow. And the further along that it gets to where it can sustain itself, the more babies you can have, the more businesses you can have. So
I got scared for a minute when you first said that. I had to wait a minute. We're talking about business. So, what made you go into the part of your business, one of your businesses, of the branding strategy? What made you do that?
Yeah, that's a great question too. So I realized I had a knack for it. And I'll start that by saying, just from my entrepreneurship journey in general, Divas and Dolls was not my first business. And I've just recently started telling that story. And so I think a lot of times too, when we kind of just do things that come natural to us, not even realizing it. And I realized that I have been actually cutting my entrepreneurship story and journey short with everybody. My entrepreneurship journey actually started at the age of 16. And so my very first business was e-commerce. Like, I opened an eBay store. And yeah, without my mom's permission. Don't tell me. So that was my very first business. And, my very first month in business, I made like $16,000. This was like back in like 2001.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did your mama say then when she realized you was over there by when you was over there without permission?
That's what she said. It was like shut it all down. That's what happened. Because she was like, "What is no?" Absolutely not. And that was not about to happen, because I was supposed to go to college and get a degree. And clothing was not going to pay my bills.
Gotcha.
So that was her mindset.
Okay.
But I realized, I'm like, okay, so that was actually my first entrepreneurial stint. I was introduced to entrepreneurship by my dad, who had a limousine company and a trucking company. And I was like 9, like 8, 9, when I realized like what he was doing. So like looking at that, and then looking at I was in insurance and sales and financial planning, working on 100% commission when I first got out of college. Like a lot of people typically don't do stuff like that, especially at that stage, in their lives. And so that's kind of like what led me to thinking like, okay, well, wait a minute. Like I've been starting all these businesses, all of them were different brands. And I was building them from the ground up and making sales and being successful. Like, so I realized that I actually had a knack for marketing, sales, branding, from the very, very beginning. And that's why I went into the brand strategy side of things.
Okay. Country boy, I don't mean to steal the show. I just have so many questions. Can I ask them? And they just come into my head. Because he knows I'm such a planner. Like I'm writing all my questions down a week before. But today I didn't. See, country boy, I did not. This is coming off the top. But my question is, I'm sure you've heard a lot of people say, when you start these businesses, you may have to sell some, whatever it is you do, your customers are not who you think they are. A lot of people start off thinking that it should be their family and their friends. And so they get hurt or upset because they thought, oh, I'm going to make a lot of money because my friends and family going to buy from me. Let's talk about that.
You know what's so funny is the three of us going like,
Well, I think you guys know where we're going with that.
And we're going to let you go with it.
If you thought that, you thought wrong. Like,
start right there.
Your friends and family are not your ideal clients. They're just not. I mean, yes, maybe, and I say this is a big maybe. Maybe they will support you, but I will say when it comes to entrepreneurship, and if you truly have been bit by the entrepreneurship bug and it's in your blood, you have a vision that God has given you and only you can see. You have a vision that God has given you and only you can see. Most people cannot see that far off in terms of long term and what it could be. You're operating in your mindset, especially from the beginning stages, about what it could be. You see like the huge buildings and you see like the 7 figures and you see all the things that person who you're thinking should support you, they can't see. So they may not mean any harm by it, but a lot of times they'll, say they don't understand or why are you working so hard on your business, or it just seems like, that's not for you. You might get some comments like that. And I'll just, I'll say to anybody, don't be discouraged. Don't worry about it. But the one thing that you do need to do is surround yourself with people who do support you, who are going to uplift you and who actually understand what you're going through. That's one of the things I wish I had done a lot earlier in my entrepreneurship journey, was be around like-minded people and other business owners from the very, very beginning. I was trying to do things alone. And so, I was successful up until a point, but there comes a time when you want to reach your next level, you're going to have to surround yourself, with people who are doing better than you, who have been where you want to go, who are encouraging you to get to your next level. So your friends and your family, typically not your ideal client. Don't take it personally. They don't understand. They probably, me trying to explain to somebody what I do on the internet, like, imagine trying to explain that to your great grandma. That's like, the internet. Like, what's
and how you make money off of that?
Like Facebook or what? TikTok? Like, literally, that's literally what is happening every day in my life. Okay, so, and I'm joking, but I'm also very serious. Like, that literally is trying to explain to somebody like what I do, like when I go live and things like that, why I'm doing it. They're just like, I don't.
What are you doing?
I don't understand. So don't take it personally. And typically your friends and family aren't your ideal client. Just know that to have a successful business, you will have to sell to strangers. So that's number one rule.
Thank you.
I totally agree. I'm gonna just jump on that. And I the hard way. I had to learn that the hard way, because when you go in thinking that, you'll be so disappointed. And if you're not grounded and rooted, then that disappointment will leave you going like, I'm not gonna do this no more. And I hope y'all heard what she said. Surround yourself with like-minded people. You can't be these people who always. I say it at the end of the show. If somebody keep on telling you, well, I don't know why, everybody ain't gonna believe in you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
But those that don't, leave them over there. Don't keep on hanging around the folks that don't believe in you. Keep on going, trying to sell them over again. You ain't gonna work. You ain't. Now I tell you what, when you become a millionaire like these two ladies on the screen, then you know everybody gonna be supporting you. Then everybody gonna be running after you. But why? Oh, they gonna be calling you. Then they're gonna blow your phone up. But no, Lord, when you out there trying, and I'm gonna shut my triple trapper.
In the
But
struggle.
when you in it, when you are in it, Lord, when you look up, ain't nobody there.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody in that foxhole with you. I'm telling you, ain't no you up in there by yourself. You falling on them grenades all by yourself. And 99% of them talk about, see, I told you. See, I didn't understand why you and you don't, and you wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, I'm shutting up now.
I I was when you say that, it makes me think about something I would say without thinking about it until this conversation, that you also have to remember that you said that everybody's not going to understand your vision. And to be honest with you, I mean, I don't feel like this, but I know I should. It's not their duty or their job to understand your vision, because it is your vision and it's your baby,
Right.
that you're going to protect and everything. And I said, and I remember saying this to somebody, not thinking about my situation, but someone was doing some things or whatever. I said, but you got to remember what's important to you and what's so valuable to you. You really just can't expect your, and then we were talking about an employee to necessarily have that same passion. They're here
Yeah.
to work. This
Mhm.
is not their dream. This ain't their passion. They just want to get paid at the end of the week. So I think about that too sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's definitely, definitely a valid point. And one of the things that, I work with my consulting clients on when they are building a team is you got to be able to communicate your vision effectively. So, there will be a certain point, if you're really serious about it, you want to scale your business to a certain level, it's going to have to be bigger than you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to remove yourself from the day-to-day grind. And to do that, you're going to have to build a team. But um, a lot of times great companies will fall because they lack the leadership skills.
Yes.
So you have to be able to communicate your vision effectively. Again, like you said, Lil Diva, doesn't mean that they still not gonna hold it to this with the same esteem as
Right.
you do. So you got to remember that. But I think it is important to be able to communicate your vision effectively, and you're always the person that's leading the charge, and just never forget that. As you go forward in your entrepreneurship journey.
And also, if you really believe in your passion and you're a good, I don't know if I want to say salesperson or a good leader, you can almost put that passion into somebody. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
can help them. Of course, not everybody, but there are going to be some that come along that see your vision when you explain it to them in the right way. That won't be quite like yours, but it'll be close, and they'll believe in you. They'll be loyal to you, and that, you know, I do believe that can happen. Not everybody. Um,
Yeah.
you know,
No, absolutely.
yeah.
I completely agree.
Mhm.
John Maxwell is actually one of the folks who actually talks about that a lot, in
Okay.
that people will buy into you first, and then they'll
Mm,
buy into the vision.
yeah.
So, like, I think that's the same concept of someone,
Mhm.
being able to believe they follow you, and they'll buy into your vision and lead the charge. One of my things is always, like, we got to be on the tide that rises all boats.
Yes.
So, one of my goals, again, as a member of the community, is to create employment opportunity. That was one of my very first things I said. I was like, I really want to be able to hire people, like create jobs, and see the community flourish. And, having, goals and visions like that, communicate that to your team, whether they're virtual or whether they're in person. I think it's important to let your team know the vision. Sometimes we hold the vision close to our chest too, and we don't tell anybody,
Yeah.
right? So, again, you can't expect somebody they're not a mind reader either. So I think
Mhm.
too, as leaders, just remember, you should also communicate your vision often and be the example.
Yeah.
I was going to say this is when you say that I've worked at a few places, one, two, three, four. But the thing I love to do is to read the company and to read their mission and vision statement. And the two things. Now, this is what I really wished is that a company would give you that before they really hire you, so then you can look at the company and go like, y'all ain't even following what you didn't put up here. But see, they give it to you after they got you, and you be like, "Hi, well, I'm here to make this check now because all this y'all put here, y'all ain't doing none of it." But for me, I go through their handbook. I don't care about the other stuff, but to read their mission and vision statement because now you're telling me this right here. Okay, this is what you're standing on, and this is where you're trying to go. Like I can buy into that. I don't know if people even people probably get them handbooks now. They, but
I tell you what, country boy, as of right now, this moment, I'm gonna pretend like I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to everybody. When you go on your interview, before you go to the interview, you better go look at the people's vision and mission statement before you go on that interview.
I ain't going on there nothing.
I told you I wasn't talking to you, Mr. I'm talking to everybody else. Because you said something. I was like, I'm gonna act like he didn't say that. And I'm just gonna say, y'all, when you go on the interviews, before you go on the interview, go ahead and read about the company. Go ahead and read just a little bit, just a little bit. Just a little. So when
how
they
much
ask
they
you
pay? That's what they get. How much they pay?
funny thing, my sister had a friend that they asked him, he hadn't had a job in forever, but they asked him why did he want this job? And he was like, because y'all hiring.
That is.
I mean, very transparent, very honest.
Hey.
Don't think he got a job. However,
that is that's the bottom line. But as you get older, you learn there's certain things. I want to know.
I would never forget that.
I want to know what your vision is. I want to know. I mean, and I say this, and when you first came on the show years and years, I say years ago, but it wasn't that long ago. But when you first came on the show, I said, and I tell anybody that's been on anything with me is, what do you want to talk about? I say it's important for people to connect with you. Mm-hmm. You can talk about what you do, but if a person can't connect with you, then you lost it right there. They have to be able to know that you're transparent, that you're honest, that you're open. Mm-hmm. When you can do that, oh, I know some Eskimos be buying ice cubes. They be like, I'm gonna just get it from you.
That's true. That is very, very true. Definitely, I think authenticity is underrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very underrated, and also something that I didn't expect getting into the online space. I can't tell you how many people have that I've met. Let's say I've met them on the internet and we've collaborated, and I met them in person. Literally, their response was, "Thank you for being the same person that you are online." And, wow. I was like, am I missing something? Was I supposed to do something or be somebody different? I don't understand. But I've somebody said I've heard that several times. So I was like, oh, I guess people really are not the same person. I'm the same person everywhere. So what you see here is what you get on a daily basis, 24/7. That's right. It. So I think there's something to be said for authenticity and being able to, like you said, connect with people and show them who you really are. That's why I invite, my potential clients to come and learn from me, spend time with me, hear me speak. Does that resonate with you? I'm never going to strong arm anybody to work with me because, first of all, I'm not going to force you to want to work on your business. Right. that's the first thing. But I want to make sure that you're comfortable with me and my teaching style and how I do things. I think that that's important when you choose to invest in, someone, a coach or a consultant to help you take your business to the next level. So I completely agree with that.
And I could say this in through the years is people, you can't be afraid to invest in yourself. With what you do, people are like, oh, I ain't finna pay that. Well, you gonna pay something. I mean, but that's the thing is a lot of people don't want to invest in themselves or they want to penny pinch on themselves. Mm-hmm. when I say you, we are our greatest investment. Do you not know we are the mega millions ourselves? And if you're not going to invest back into yourself, if you're going to sell yourself short, then you selling your vision and everything short.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
And it
right.
does what they say, that old saying, it costs money to get money.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will admit I'm always scared. I'm always like, oh no, but I know, I know that. I have another question. So when you're talking to your clients that are selling stuff, what do you talk to them about when they are trying to decide on pricing for different things, whether it's a service or an item?
Yeah, so that is that's a complex question,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll try to make it a simple
Okay.
answer. So we can't pick a price out of the sky. That's the first thing. It's like, what do you think is? Because like that question comes up a lot, even with people who aren't clients. And let's say I'm teaching something or a workshop. It's like, well, how do I price this? I'm like, well, there's certain things you got to look at. So the first thing is, how much does it cost you to deliver this service or product? That's the first thing we got to take into consideration. And then after how much does it cost you, then we've got to start looking at the market. So not to say we're looking at our competitors to copy, but we're looking to see what the market will bear in terms of pricing. Then there's what's the value of this actual product. So you got to look at multiple things, because if the value is greater than what the market currently offers, and you by definition have to differentiate yourself on another level. And so you can't even compare what you're offering to someone else's if it's of greater value. So there are a couple different things you got to look at, but ultimately you got to make sure that you're not selling yourself short in terms of like you're not even meeting your expenses
Right.
by pricing something a certain price because you want to be cheaper than your competitors. Like cheaper doesn't mean better; it just means cheaper. So now I tell people that all the time. Like, can you do it cheaper? Or I know somebody that's cheaper. Okay, I bet you it's not the same. Thank you so much. Like, I mean,
one that's having that issue that everybody's saying that, hey, I can, can I do it a little bit cheaper? Can you give me a deal? Can you give me a?
No, listen. My friends and family, they will tell you, they were like, Krystal, don't play that. they asked me, like, people got one time to ask me for a discount, and they get the look. Because I mean, for real, if let's say I go to any of my friends' businesses, I don't ask for a discount. I walk up in there like, how much does it cost? I'm ready to pay. And even if they do, I pay for something because I understand what it's like to run a business. I never expect to go somewhere, even if I know the person, and get something for free. I'm like, nope, I feel weird. I cannot, like, my body will not allow me to do this. Like, so let me pay you for whatever the cost is. But I think people really do think that they can get something for nothing. And I always tell people, if it was out here on the internet or if it was free, everybody would be doing it. So you got to keep that in mind.
Is that one of the most one of the most popular questions that you get is about pricing, you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you, definitely one of the most popular, like, how do I price this? I don't know how to price it. Or this is how much I'm seeing. I see pricing. And unfortunately, pricing is all over the place. Like in the online industry, especially with coaching and consulting, people price things. And it's kind of like, I feel like because they don't understand how to effectively price things. So it is all over the place. And people have the perception just because you're new, you gotta offer a discount or it's gotta be cheap. Listen, let me tell you something. Do you think that Louis Vuitton is going to give you a $50 bag because it's a new bag?
Because they just started?
Or milk is free because it's in a new container?
Right.
Like, no. Nike gonna give you some free shoes because it's a new design? Absolutely not. Like, where do we get this notion from that it has to be free? New does not mean free, but you do need to be able to provide a result. You do need to be able to package your expertise and actually deliver transformation. So that's the other piece of it. So if you don't know what you're doing, then that's a whole different conversation to have about. I would even say you shouldn't be offering that product or service if you don't know what you're doing. But no, another conversation.
We actually have a question. It's actually my sister. When should you give a discount then? And should you ever give a discount for purchasing? If someone's ordering bulk, I mean, when do you give a discount? What is
what's the product or service, and I mean,
let's just say if it's promo items.
I mean, sure. I think there's room for discounts. Like, I think it depends on what it is. If it's an actual physical product, like you're moving merchandise that's physical, versus your service. Like, if you have a new service coming, that's typically an ideal time to discount something that's old. We do it all the time with merchandise in the studio. So, like, if we have new merchandise, then we typically put the old merchandise on sale because we got new stuff coming out. We want to move it out. This is a typical retail practice. For a lot of stores, not just clothing, but they do that when they have new items that come out. I think it also depends on, are you taking a loss on these items? Is it no longer valid? Have you shifted or pivoted your ideal client? I think a lot of factors come into play when you're thinking about offering a discount. But typically when you have something new coming out, and like, of course, holidays, right? Black Friday, Christmas, typical times that you would offer a sale, I think is a great time to possibly introduce your brand to new people, right? With the strategy of, okay, if I'm giving a discount on this, what does it lead to?
Is it going to, am I getting a return?
Right. So not people that they just give discounts. It's like, why did you give the discount? Was it because it wasn't moving? Was it because you got something new coming out? Was it because you want to direct them to something, in a couple of weeks or months? So I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but I think you got to consider, like, what's the reason for the discount? If the reason for the discount is that it's not selling, I think it's time to pivot on strategy versus just give a discount, because you'll be doing that all the time.
Yeah.
And if I can tell you folks listening something, I'm gonna tell you, because I don't work with the big companies. Let me tell you something. It's already marked up 120%. So when y'all walk in there thinking y'all getting a discount because it says it's 50% off, they still making it on you. I'm just letting y'all know if y'all didn't know that. Don't be thinking, look, they marked it up in the beginning 120%. So when they say, we're going to give you 20, 30% off, it's still been marked up 100%. So just know that's big business. I don't know about, but I'm just saying.
You don't know about us little businesses.
I don't know about little business, but, what the big folks do.
That's true. Big business does. Yes, it's probably more than 120%. It's like 200, 300%.
Yeah. So when you go in there, they got them old tags. Oh, it's on sale. Yeah. Okay.
I finally figured out Kroger. I don't know if you have Kroger where you are, but Kroger, we have the Kroger card. And so when you're buying something, you get the discount with the Kroger card. But I realized many, many years later now that what I'm buying it with my Kroger card, that's what it should have been anyway. So I'm always, I got to get my Kroger card. I got to get my Kroger card. Swipe. Then I was like, you know what? That's how much it is down the street anyway.
They just giving you the real price now. Kroger card.
Make me think I'm doing a whole bunch.
That's that fine. That's that fine. Y'all, and I will piggyback on the thing is a lot of times, people undersell themselves. You don't have to cheapen yourself and cheapen your prices to get somebody's business. I'm telling you, because they're going to go right down the street and pay full price for it. While they sitting up here trying to ask you, can I get 10 off? Can you get 15 off? They're not going to go to the next store and ask them that. What they're going to do is they're going to see what it is and they're going to pay for it. That's so right. You don't have to discount yourself down to sell your. And one, let me tell you this, and I'm going to shut up again. I'm going to shut the triple trap. Them ones that's asking you for that discount, they're one hit quitter. They ain't coming back. They're going to come in there one time, and they're going to try to get you down as low and get what and they ain't coming back. What you want to do is repeat customers. Repeat.
That's what I was going to ask you. Just suppose there is a big company, there's a big organization, a Black-owned or Black-ran organization that has come to you and asked you for a discount for, I don't know, 20 tumblers. And once you did it, they loved your work, so they came back again. But they still wanted that discount. And you're like, hey, I need to go up $1 or $2 because I'm underpricing myself. And they say, no. You're afraid now you still take that. Like, you don't go up where you need to go. You know what I mean? They are a repeat customer, but they don't want to go up a little bit on the price for you.
Yeah, so I guess because I've been on both sides of the fence, I think what I would do is play hardball. So what I would do in that situation is, number one, I would just go ahead and just, I don't like the fluff and the back and forth. What's your budget for this? And can I get an understanding of, okay, if this is your budget, you're gonna write me, like, I need some guarantees, and you can write me to the budget for next year and the year after that. Am I going to be your exclusive vendor on this? What type of contract is this? There's some negotiation that has to happen. And if they truly are playing hardball, they want these tumblers. If they don't play ball, I'll go to their competitor and pitch these tumblers for the price that I want. And then, basically they wanted it for a reason, right? What was the reason that they came to you? So that would be what I would try to, that knowledge I would try to acquire first. Why did they come to you for that particular order? Let's say if it was for tumblers, maybe it's because of the way you make them. They wanted that unique style in their store. Well, somebody will be willing to pay, like you said, for that unique design. And so if you go to their competitors now, they have that that contract with you, that exclusivity that's only in their store. So I think I would definitely, that's why it's so important to know your unique value proposition and why people are doing business with you.
Will be coming to you.
So that if you are approached by like a larger company, let's say, and they do try to undercut you, which they will, everybody's going to ask for a discount, even if they can pay it. Like, you know what I mean? Some people, they were like, okay, they just wanted to see what you would say, essentially. So that it's like the price is the price. There's no discount. This is it. You either take it or leave it. You do your business like that. You'll sleep better at night. And also it'll help you glean some things in terms of like how you can stand out more in the marketplace. But if you know what your unique value proposition is, this company won't play ball, but somebody else will. And now they're mad because they should have got you as their exclusive vendor.
Exactly. That's true. Okay. What you got, Donnie, over there? I'm waiting. What you got? My things, I done got all serious. Wait a minute. She is dropping some gems over here. Hold up. I forgot about Donnie and what he doing over there.
Hey, Chris, that notepad is whoa out.
I forgot about the pole dancing. I forgot about all that stuff. And look, I want a pole, and y'all are right about the strength that you have to have the pole dance, right? Because I remember being younger, I could pull. Remember the thing that y'all had to pull ups on the child. I tried to pull up on one of those things not too long ago. I wasn't going nowhere, and I ain't even that big. But I wasn't going nowhere. So you imagine me trying to hold on to the pole and lift my body up, and I can't even just pull my body.
Hey, but
that is some work.
But you know what? That was not the thing that impressed me. It wasn't even the pole thing that impressed me. It was that other thing, the hoop thing. She do the hoop thing.
Oh yeah. I bet that did.
That right there, I'm talking about. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't even explain it. Okay, if you go to the circus, you see those people with the little hoop thing, and they be doing the dancing. She teaches that, like the hoops,
like the aerial stuff.
Yeah.
I saw someone doing aerial yoga.
So that it's a little bit different, kind of similar to silks, because it's the silk is connected, and you basically are able to suspend yourself, but with the hoops, it's one suspension or sometimes two. It's one aerial point or two, but it's in the ceiling. Typically, it's raised off the floor. You just be in the air, spinning around.
Donnie, you look like you
I ain't doing it. I'm just telling you, I
would definitely do it.
I'm not finna trust my own self up in the air. No, that ain't even finna happen. I'm too old. I'll be done failing broke something. I ain't even finna do it. That right there. I mean, I think it's good, but Lord.
You're not the type to say I'll try anything once.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to look at it.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I ain't gonna be a part of it, but I'm gonna look. I'll be like, oh, that's nice.
That is too funny.
Yeah, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all this. This is a saying I've been carrying with me my whole life. If you don't know nothing else in life, there's one thing you should always know: your limitation. That is
That's not what I was expecting you to say. I thought it was
That's mine. It's my limitations. Not doing that.
You know your limitations. That is hilarious.
Oh Lord, look, but I mean, of all of, well, hey, Chris, tell your book.
Books.
My books. So many books. Okay,
I
so
know, I know.
yeah, so I'm in, let me see, what's the count now? I think it's 7 anthologies now. So I have a workbook, the Slay Hard Everyday Workbook, but I also am in 7 anthologies. So Becoming an Unstoppable Woman. There's 6 books in this series. I'm in 5 of them. So Becoming an Unstoppable Woman, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Entrepreneur, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Health and Wellness, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Influencer. What am I missing? Mompreneur was the book that I wasn't in. And then, oh yeah, okay. And then Letters to My Little Sister. And that book is focused on the younger generation. And basically, you're writing a letter to your little sister and kind of imparting some life lessons. So mine in that book was basically for them to be their authentic selves, even at an early age. And then another anthology, Choose Purpose Over Fear, Win Every Time, from Success Fest. And so my chapter there is the Coach's Clarity to Cash Flow, where I teach coaches and consultants how to have increased cash flow in their business. And I'm coming out with another book. So I'm announcing it here first, actually. So you guys get to hear the announcement first. I'm going to be releasing the Brand Builder Blueprint, which is the ultimate guide to building a powerhouse brand. That's coming out really soon. Expected date is going to be March for the ebook version. Okay. So that'll just be me, my book.
Hey, that's the book. That's the book queen over there.
I gotta work on. I got hooked on Audible, and I gotta get out of it. I mean, it's cool to ride in the car, but I got all these books here that I need to read. But Letters to My Sister. Mm-hmm. I think I got that book. Was there anyone in Houston? Do you know that was a part of that? Were there people from different places?
Different places, yeah. Mm-hmm. So the cover's purple. And Denise Emerson was the lead author on that.
I think my former boss was one of the people. I think I helped advertise the book. Anyway, when you said that if not, it's something. It sounds just like the right book, and it is purple. It has some purple things going on. Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting.
See, small world.
Yeah, definitely a small world. I think from here on out, I'm going to be doing a lot more book projects. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm excited about those anthologies, pulling those up.
Yeah, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman, that's been a journey, and that's kind of started my journey in terms of writing books. So I'm, forever grateful. And each chapter is a little bit of more about me and my story. So I think Becoming an Unstoppable Woman was the first book. And that first title was She Wasn't Afraid of the Fire, She Was the Fire. And that was about basically me coming into my own and deciding that I'm going to do this entrepreneurship thing. So, standing up for myself. And I think that was the introduction to me saying, okay, I'm ready to be an author. Like, who knew I was going to write something, a book? And so just writing all those chapters prepared me to release the Brand Builder Blueprint.
Okay.
Wow. You go, girl. You off the chain. I told you she was off the chain, boy. Look her here. Now, when you say you was running for office?
I don't know about that.
She's taking a poll to the White House.
They'd kick me out. They'd be like, ma'am.
And where do you live again?
I'm in Maryland.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. DMV. Born and raised.
Up that way.
My family's in DC.
DC? Okay, yeah. I'm like 15 minutes from DC.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold. Is it cold there right now?
Today it is. 2 days ago it was 80. So,
Sounds like Texas.
That's why I think they sound like Texas.
Then again, Texas have 5 seasons in one day.
Yeah, no, that's literally what's happening here.
Okay. Crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's
What
pretty
else you
crazy.
got, country boy?
Well, I want to know what your next stop is. I mean, I know you got about 15 more tours you're going on. Is what's no? There's one coming up. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
knew it was something.
couple of speaking engagements coming up. A couple of them I haven't announced yet, but so I have the Woman to Woman Summit. It's virtual. That's March 16th through the 18th, and the title of my talk there is The Brand Builder's Blueprint: Creating Multiple Streams of Income. I also am doing I haven't advertised this yet. So there's an Introvertpreneur Summit that is going to be coming out in April. And I'm going to be talking about evergreen lead generation in your online business. I also got an ask to be on a expert panel for messaging and artificial intelligence. So messaging and AI and how that's going to be changing now that AI is becoming more prevalent in basically society. That's going to be toward the end of March, I believe. So I'll get more information on that soon.
And
then
make sure you send us some of those things so we can advertise, especially the ones that people can go to virtually.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely tag and send them to you. Yeah. Let me see. There's one in Atlanta. I'll be in Atlanta on April 15th and 16th at the Real Money Talk Summit. And I'll be on stage, so it'll be live and in person. I'll be in Tampa on April 29th and 30th. And that is at the Empowerment Unleashed conference. So that's also an in-person event. And I have the link to most of these things in my bio on Instagram, and I can share the link with you guys, tag you all, so people can sign up for that. Let's see what else is happening. I feel like there's one more. Yeah, it's a lot happening. This is a short amount of time.
If you need somebody to carry your bags while you're going on these trips, I mean, I'm a good bag carrier now. I mean, I'm just saying, if you need somebody to go along with you and be carrying your bag and
you
telling
get a
people,
dance partner, you know.
Look, and I'll be telling people, back up.
Like security, it was like we had to work that out.
No pictures, please. No pictures, please.
No, hey, back up. Step back, please. Step back. I can do that. I got you. You just, look, call your boy. You know, I'm right here. I have cowboy boots and all.
What you gonna do with the executive producer? Is she gonna get to come along and she gonna help?
Hey, look, she was really telling to back up.
It's like come with the entourage. We're like, who are you again?
So funny. This lady came, the author, and came with a whole entourage, a whole bodyguard, whole team. She must be somebody.
That's right. Hey, appearance is everything.
Yes, it is.
Hell no. Oh Lord. Look, I am so happy and honored that you have come here. I really am. I thank you so much for being our very, very first guest. Look, I told you this. Look, I told you don't be nervous. I told you it was gonna be okay. Ain't much change. I'm still me.
We forgot one thing, country boy.
What we forget?
The Simply She podcast.
Oh yeah. Oh, she be paying it up too. Let me tell y'all, I'm gonna close my mouth. Boy, she be all up on it. I be trying to catch her. She be all up on the ground. She be like, "Poop, click in. I'm finna go." And look, she be making them little real things. I like her with the little words going across. I mean, I be trying to read it. She be like,
"You are."
I be saying, am I lying? I'm telling the truth. You be like,
no.
Is your business not working? You want to know why? Not getting clients?
That is hilarious. Nobody but you could make that sound as funny as you just made that sound.
Right.
had to think about what he was talking about.
I mean, he's telling the truth though. I be doing reels, like lots of reels. So
yeah, so funny. So your podcast is it a women empowerment or is it an everybody empowerment?
So it is Women Empowerment Podcast. It's pivoting now. So the Simply She podcast will be eventually in a few weeks the Brand Builder Blueprint podcast. So everything will be coming together. And also, I guess I can announce it here too. I'm going to be starting a TV show. So the Brand Builder Blueprint will also be a show. And it'll be in the podcast is going to mirror my show, my TV show. But I'm going to be talking about mainly entrepreneurship topics, but it'll just be topics that really life topics. And women and men can tune in and learn something. I truly believe, although I will be focusing heavily on women building their business, but men can definitely learn too. Definitely. So I have a lot of different mentors, both men and women. I take all of my teachings and pass that on to my clients and those who listen. So.
Okay,
wow. Glad I congratulations. Oh my! So where you gonna be at? You can't tell us yet.
It hasn't been officially released yet. So probably like in the next week or two, I'll be able to release where it'll be streamed from. But you guys I'll definitely share that information.
Look at you holding information like Judge Mathis. We ain't gonna tell you where we gonna be at, but we gonna be on.
Judge
And you know what I'm on there doing? Every time you pop on and say something, I'm like, when are you bringing your family show back? Every time he posts, I see him, or his wife was on there when they say, when are you bringing your family show back? It was really good.
Oh, Lord. Wow, that is amazing. I am so excited for you.
Me too.
You know, I really am. And I told you this from the very beginning that I knew that everything that you were doing was very powerful. You know, the thing I'll say is continue to walk in the faith that you've been walking in, girl. You know, can't nobody stop you. Look, can't nobody stop you. What's yours is yours, and you got it. You got it. You know, from the very beginning of meeting you, I've supported you and rooted for you, and I will continue to do that. Continue to let your light shine. Continue to let your light shine. So I'm gonna shut up now. So y'all, if y'all want to,
look like me and Donnie learning how to hush because you know his show go 2 hours sometimes, 2.5 hours. So I've been working on us trying to be timely. Don't always work, but anyway, and it's so funny because when we talking just me and him on this show, we just be going on like we have a whole guest. But on a serious note, thank you so much for joining us and being our first guest. You're awesome. You're even more awesome than what Donnie tried to explain. And that's why I had to go back to my notes and be like, wait, he said there's something missing here. But you're doing so many things and it's an inspiration and it's going to motivate so many other people, especially women, African-American women at that. So thank you. I hope you had a good time. And don't let this be the last time. When are you coming to Houston?
That's a good question. I'll be traveling, so you know,
we gotta find something that's gonna go on in Houston. So we can get on down here.
Okay, I'll find something.
Yeah, the funny thing about it is, and I've shared this. I've been trying to plan a author showcase. That's one of my visions. So when I get that together, I'm calling on you. See if your schedule allows you to come through here.
Absolutely. I definitely would love to come down. It's been a minute since I've been to Houston. So for sure, I would love to. And I appreciate both of you. Thank you so much, Donnie. And thank you, Trina. Like, I really appreciate you guys for having me on and allowing me to be the first guest and, you know, believing in me and, you know, letting me pour into your audience as well. So, you know, definitely appreciate both of you so much.
And we appreciate those expensive gems you dropped. And I hope y'all watching because y'all got some expensive gems today.
and today you got them at a discount. Don't ask for names.
And she don't even give no discount. y'all didn't get the family discount because she don't give family discount. Y'all got the friend discount. Y'all got the speak on it discount. That's what y'all got.
Speak on it discount. And you didn't even get the side eye.
Oh gosh.
Look, so look, if I know that we got to get up out of here again. I want to just say thank you again, once more again. I'm gonna close my mouth and I'm gonna say this as I end every show. If God has given you a vision, if He's given you a vision, go for it. Don't worry about folks that's sitting up here telling you what you can and you this and this. Look here, if it's your vision, it is yours. You go for it. Don't let nothing stand in your way. And let me tell you something. If you don't know, look, I got backup. I got more backup. If you don't know and you don't know this right here, that I believe in you. I got two beautiful queens right there that both believe in you. Because if it's yours, it's yours. It is yours. Don't worry about the naysayers. Because they're going to keep on talking. Because guess what? Them same naysayers going to be calling you when you become a billionaire, trying to get in. But right now, you just work on yours. Keep on focus, keep on pushing, and keep on praying. What's for you is for you. Look here. If that's all, I'm finna, look here. I got one more thing to say. Here we go. Look here. If you ain't heard it, if you didn't hear it this morning when you woke up, if you ain't heard it throughout the day, if you didn't hear it in the nighttime hour, if ain't nobody told you that they love you, look here. You finna hear it from the old country boy. You finna hear it from old pole dancer. You finna hear it from the... and you finna hear from the little diva. If ain't nobody told you that they love you, guess what? We love you. And we love you unconditionally. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Hey, that's all old country boy got to say.
And that's it. And that's all. And it is what it is. Thank you again, Miss Krystal. I can't wait to meet you. Okay. Good luck in all of your endeavors. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you both. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Good night, y'all. Bye. We gone. We finna get on up out here, go find some more chicken.